Welcome back, everybody, to Rimworld. I apologize if today's episode is slightly late. I was supposed to be picking up the keys to my new house today, but I've just been told I'm definitely not going to be doing that. So I figured I would deal with my impending homelessness by committing some war crimes. I guess this is how dictators are made. So to cut an even longer story short, I've actually already recorded this episode once already, but during that I had 5 fucking phone calls, so I didn't really know what the hell I was doing. So anyway, I've scrapped the whole thing. Start again. I have changed some things based on feedback from yesterday's episode and added some kind of cool stuff that I didn't really know was on the menu. So one thing I've added is a little Fahrenheit meter for those of you using freedom numbers, because apparently that's terribly confusing, that number small rather than big. I've added a couple of extra mods as well that was suggested. There was a reason I didn't add them to begin with, but in hindsight, they kind of make sense. So one of those is a mod called SciTech, and the reason that one was cut from the mod pack originally, it was actually in the original Steam load order, was because to actually trigger the SciTech events and the things that you need to turn your person into a psychic character, and this is kind of a psychic system independent of the royalty DLC, but it looks really, really cool by comparison. It looks a little bit better than the royalty psychic powers. Anyway, to trigger that, you need to put your character into a kind of like a crypto sleep casket, but of course the issue with that is if we put him in a crypto sleep casket, we don't have any prisoners then. So if anything happens in the meantime, we're completely screwed, and there's also no one to pull him out of that. So to make up for that as well, and also to deal with the warden issue we've got, I've installed the miscellaneous mine mod. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to add any buildable colonists, so I stand by that. What we're going to do is we're going to build a miscellaneous mine, and when we're not using it, we're going to keep it in a bioreactor. That way, if we decide to do something like give this guy psychic powers, we can stick we can stick him in the pod and wake Mai up, so Mai can keep the base running, and then pull him out of the chamber and go back into her own chamber, and obviously keep an eye on the prisoners as well, or something like that. We'll limit ourselves to 1 Mai, but keep it in storage when we don't need it. I think that's a fair compromise, because that way we can still see this really, really cool mod that a lot of people have asked me to take a look at without having to compromise on anything else. But today we really have to change the defenses around. That's the one thing that's kind of screwing us, and I did come up with a pretty decent strategy in the last take of this video that, again, I scrapped because I didn't really make much progress, I'll be honest with you. But I did end up scrapping it because it was complete garbage. But I did come up with a fairly decent turret design during that wasn't too terrible, and actually is pretty cheap and lightweight. I would send some better turret designs over Discord that I plan on kind of implementing later on, but for the time being, it turns out we're really, really crappy on steel and components. Like, the quarry can't pull up components, or I think it can, but it's as rare as gold and silver, so it's not something we can really expect to get from that very, very frequently. I think what would be good to do is say make 10 components or 5 components until we've got 10 of them. Right now we've got 33, but bear in mind a couple of extra turrets, or if a couple of turrets are destroyed, that's not going to go very far. So we'll do until we've got 10, and then unpause at 5, I think is reasonable. Yeah, I think that's okay. And then we'll move those to the top, because obviously without those we can't do anything else anyway, so we might as well put those at the top of the list for the time being. Okay, cool. So before this next raid turns up, I want to adjust the turret some more. Oh, right, and there was also, of course, yesterday I asked you guys how you would think about me removing the drop pod so we don't get all of the components and the meals and whatever from that, which means we'd have to focus a little bit more on the automation, obviously the component crafting side of things. But in exchange, increasing the amount of days between each wave, especially because a lot of the bonuses have given us were like guns that, of course, we can't use. They were basically just giving us difficulty with no benefit, which is not the point of the drop pods. So I've increased it to 5 days. That way we can focus on the war crimes, but it does mean that the raids are going to hit kind of harder because we're making more progress between, right? Anyway, so let's get down some changes here. Now, last time when I did this, I kind of installed the turrets. To put this into perspective, I kind of installed it so they had a little bit of an overlap to try and save on resources. The downside to that, though, is it made they were very vulnerable. So what I actually want to do is have their minimum range fall within another turret. We want to do something like that, so the one turret can always protect the other one. So last time, like I said, I kind of had it so it was a bit more of a long-range overlap. But we will change that around now. So I'm going to put, like, this one. Maybe I should give it even less of a. Let's do it like that, so they can defend each other pretty thoroughly. Yeah, actually, unless we make it so the top sections line up, although that might be a little too close. You know, I kind of like it like that. That way we can get one solid, consistent line across the top with no dips in terms of radius. So after his good night's sleep, I kind of want to push him now to get the embrasures done. So let's see if we can do something like... So everything's kind of lined up, right? It's lined up pretty decently. I've got the spotlights going on in the middle there. Just waiting on the robots to finish off building this power cable here. I also put the sentry turret, the one that didn't require power, down towards this wall here. Because we can't patch this up until we've got concrete bridges. So that's just going to be an open vulnerability that we just kind of have to have to deal with, at least for the time being. Right, let's get some embrasures going. Now, the spotlights I'm specifically going to leave out as kind of a more tempting, as kind of a tempting target for the enemies to go and punch, because that way the turrets have, like, premium real estate targeting on them then. Do we want to just embrasure around the whole thing? Because if I put a door there, we're going to have to just hold the door open. So it would be better just to not put fucking anything at all at that point, right? We might as well just do that. But then it makes the back side of the turrets kind of vulnerable. Would it genuinely be better, do you think, to, like, remove and rebuild the walls when we want to refuel it? I mean, these turrets have 240 barrel durability, and I mean, how much is an embrasure? 15 wood? We could just drop down a couple of trees. You know what? I think that's probably not a terrible idea. It seems a bit stupid, but it's either that or, again, we have an open door, because they can't shoot through a door tile, right? We might get a couple of embrasures done, but it's... Oh, shit. Huh. Yeah, I mean, what the hell am I supposed to do about that then, huh? I mean, it's one thing to try and get the turrets into place, another thing to have a fucking psychic ship. We're gonna have to mortar it. But the issue is, I don't know if my guy can even man mortars, bearing in mind he's incapable of violent. Do we call in... Ah, hang on. We could use our settlement military to deal with it. I don't know whether or not they'll attack psychic ships, though. So, the way the settlement military works, for those of you who didn't see the previous series where we used the Empire mod, basically, when we upgrade the military level of a settlement, bear in mind we've invested like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, however much 1,000 silver into this one right now, gives us a squad cost of 5,000 points. That essentially gives us a cap of how many units. When you make a unit, it will have a base value. So a naked human female with a gun is 367, for example. Then we can make a squad of a group of naked human females with guns. It's getting very strange. It's turned into that, you know, that other mod with the hand holding. And then when you hit your kind of 3,000 point cap, or 5,000 point caps apparently we are, you can deploy those. And you can target them and tell them to go in certain areas and attack certain things. Again, the only issue is I'm not entirely sure they'll actually attack the ship part. So we would have to wake it up somehow. The fuck would I do that if we can't operate? I think we need to just check whether or not we can actually operate a mortar. I'm 99% sure that we can't do it, because again, he's incapable of violent. We don't even have mortars, so I guess that's not an issue anymore. We could, so with our prisoners, right, we can melt them and turn them into chem fuel. We could use prisoners, we can melt the prisoners down, and then we could use prisoner explosives to deal with the mechanoids. That would genuinely possibly work. Either that, or we see if the people... Why don't we try that first? The only issue is if I try this and it spawns in, say, a handful of centipedes, we've then got to rely on defending our base with 4 military turrets, which is fucking wishful thinking at best and suicide at worst. Let's let him finish off the embrasures. Why don't we let him do that? Let's let him finish off these embrasures first, and then we'll see how it's going. I'll be honest, the first time I did this episode, I actually stopped researching crafters and kitchen bots, and in exchange started researching automation basics for the base. But to be honest, for the first few levels, wherever the fuck it is these days, it's somewhere around, trust me on that one. But for the first few levels, really all we get are things like basic mining tools. We don't really have the components and the steel that we need right now to kickstart the factory. You know, the factory is for producing endgame products when you've got the goods to do it with. We just don't have those goods, so there's not much point right now trying to get the factory going. I'm thinking we'll go for the bots first, have the bots automate some of the other stuff. We'll leave the prisoners to do the mining, but I think the bots can use deep drills. So what we'll do is we'll get enough concrete, we'll build an arc furnace, we'll get enough high-grade steel to be able to build the deep drill from the industrialization mod, and with that you basically order up. It's a little OP, like I said, but again, the focus is on really churning out the resources automatically rather than anything else. We might be able to just order up resources, and because the bots aren't massively skilled, it'll still be relatively slow, but the point is it'll be automatic. Then we might as well get the factory going. So until we've got the resources, no point fucking going for the automation, is there? So I will stick with that. But I'm only going for crafter and kitchen bots. Sod the bots, sod the... I mean, there's an argument to make for haulers. I guess we could put those on the list. But I think right now, crafting bots, then kitchen bots, then haulers. Yeah, I think that's a good setup. And obviously sod cleaning bots as well. I can't give a shit about cleaning bots. Had to do a bit of emergency power management there as well, because apparently a couple of solar panels aren't enough to keep this whole base going. So we've got a few more wind turbines now. That kind of gives us a nice mix of power. Well, again, when we've got some more concrete production and high-grade steel, we can stick down a nuclear power plant and be done with it. So why don't we try and wake up this this ship part? Let me just make sure then that our settlement isn't being attacked or anything. Death in the family. What? Affecting the following settlements. Oh, what does that do? I have no idea. We're enacted policy. Oh, settlements under attack 0.8 days. It's estimated attacking forces 2. They can handle that. That's no problem. They got military level of 4. They'll be absolutely fine. So after that's done, we'll drop our guys in here to go and deal with the psychic ship. We don't want to leave that going for too long. Since affected gender male, psychic drone is low for the time being. So we can't afford to let him get on with his research, let him live his life for a while. But don't want to leave that and forget about it like I normally do with psychic ships. So I'm going to just go ahead and... Oh, shit. I know what else I need to do. Damn it. We also need to stick some sandbags around that. Otherwise, the AI can use the embrasures against the turret. Because if the AI were to stand, like, right there, for example, they get the same amount of turret that the cover that the turret would get. And obviously, if they surround it, then the turret is just completely screwed. So let's make sure we got sandbags around the edge. That way, they can't get the same level of cover. Obviously, they can't stand next to it at all. And then what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and blueprint this, and we'll put a couple down by this entrance as well. Because one sentry turret, if we get raided by something significant like Blue Moon or the Borg or something, that's not going to hold out. Ah, shit. How long we got on that raid, though, Chief? 0.2 days. Okay, they should be fine. If they get thwomped by that, then we are seriously screwed because we can't deal with the psychic ship. I think even with mortars pointless. Are there auto mortars available? Auto mortars. There actually genuinely might be. What is that thing? An Embers construction mortar? Artillery? Auto mortar. Hey, that's like exactly what we're after. Stick it on the list. And then hopefully that can act as a kind of anti-psychic ship for the future. Oh, there you go. Not a problem. And then we've also got a mad scientist trader I feel personally attacked. I suppose we might as well go see what they've got then. What do you mean we are quite literally the target audience? What is a fucking... Oh, here we go. Right, give me some of that. What do you want? They want our... They sell a polar bear. Oh, man. Oh, shit, I mean, I've got it, haven't I? Here, you want some gold? I'll give you some tasty gold for your polar bear. $892 for a polar bear. That's a fucking steal. What else do we want? Speaking of steel, I'll take the lot. Thank you. Plasteel, more than gold? I mean, gold's going to come in handy for the robot production, I assume. I assume robots need gold. Anyway, we got a polar bear. What the hell? What are you talking about? Okay, take the rest. Take the rest. Boom. My friend, Horn, I've bought you a brother. There he is. We need a name for the polar bear, comment section. Please tell me I can give it bionics. Borg nanite injection body. No. We cannot make a cyborg polar bear. Administer cigarilla. Yeah, we gotta do it. He's not ready for surgery. You're never ready. You're never ready the first time, my man. Here we go. Needs material. Well, shit, turns out we don't have enough cigarillos for a polar bear, huh? How much could we've only got 4. Shit, how many does a polar bear smoke? I need to take a look here. The robot's doing it. The robot's... Nice. How's he feel? There we are. Nice work. Comfortably numb. Good shit. I'm glad we've dulled the pain of our polar bear a little bit there. Robots forcing polar bears to smoke. I'll be honest, that's not where I saw this series going, but I've never been happier with the Rimworld playthrough. We can wrap it up here. I have enough wood or cloth to put down more turrets. That's a weird thing to be missing. Okay. We'll put one there. That leaves, what, like 4 or 5 blocks there down the other side? So you want to put it, like, there, I think? There? Whatever. Doesn't matter too much. Right, there we go. As long as we're covering the area, and then we'll have to drag a big old fuck-off cable to these ones, because these are the ones that require power. I'll give it a redundant circuit as well, just in case they, you know, if they cut through a single cable there, the whole thing's going to go down, which would not be super ideal. An incredible flavor of robot. We got crafter bots, right. Is that really particularly relevant? I suppose we could have some churning out components and some churning out concrete. Ideally, we could put down a concrete mixer and then have both working. I think the hauling bots are really the thing that are the limiting factor right now, but at the moment we've got all of this shit kicking around and no one to haul it. I should also really reinforce the prison. Granted, if they step out, they're immediately in the firing sights of 2 military turrets? Yeah, 2 military turrets. Maybe even 3. Well, almost 3, depending on how fast they run out that door. So, I don't know. I'm kind of almost tempted to... Oh, I know something else I did between episodes. So, because of the locks mod kind of, but not really kind of working with prison labor, we've got some weirdness going on in that. Obviously, if I remove that, the nutrient-based dispenser becomes colonists only rather than prisoners. Similarly, the showers, unless I put down a sleeping spot in there, count as for colonist use. There's kind of an incompatibility between prison labor, locks mod, and hygiene mod, which, to be fair, is nothing really to complain about given there's 3 separate mods. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these doors, And we're going to replace them all with stall doors. Now, stall doors maintain privacy, but they still have it count as separate in terms of room spaces. So that will still count as a bathroom, a bedroom, or whatever, but they'll be prison, but it's like deals with temperature. Whatever, it doesn't matter too much. Point is, it should allow them to actually use a shower and eat from a nutrient paste dispenser without us force-feeding it to them. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, no, I didn't sign up for that. Good. Yep, fine. Let them come. In the words of my man Leonidas, let them come. Let's see what they've got. The words of... No, I can't make that joke. It's like 8 PM. I can't say that quite yet. Okay, shall I pull back the robots? I think I should probably pull back the robots, because those Meadow Arves, I recall, are extremely fast and do a shitload of damage. Turrets. Oh. Are they strafing around my fucking turrets? How are they smarter than all of the raiders that we fought? What the fuck? What is it, Manhunter? So if we send RoboDaddy to sleep, it will make no difference. Because, I mean, he can just sleep it off, right? We need to lock the animals then inside Area 1. And as I recall, this is before I made the change to Area 1. Area 1. Yeah, it is. Alright, get rid of that. It's still the old house, obviously. Right, okay. Keep the robots locked up. Keep our people locked up. We're missing kind of night time's worth of work. Though they can't get to the turrets. So this is... I mean, we've just got to kind of wait it out and be patient and keep them indoors for a little while. Oh! He's got a little research buddy. The polar bear enjoys the nice, smooth taste of all of them. I think they've all been gunned down. Well, hey, that's some meals for a while, so I'm not going to complain about that. I think that's everything safe. Yeah, it is. Okay, well, let's send in the military. As I imagine, it's going to be quite a while before our settlements are attacked again, and hopefully this will be... I was kind of wanting to wait and see if we can get another military level out of it. Let's design some troops then to drop on them. It's mechanoid, so a couple of... I'm thinking we drop in there. Vesper has a charged rifle. If we drop in there with shotguns, get range on our side. Because we can land right on top of them here. Get shotguns, mix and match them with a few AMP launchers, something like that. This should be fairly easy to deal with, he says, with absolutely no optimism whatsoever. Okay, let's take a look and see what we can do then. So let's create a new unit. New unit 1, we'll customize that one. What have you got? We could give them high-grade steel or a fish. No, this needs to be a little bit more serious, I'm afraid. Well, shit, I don't know what the hell a fucking focus igniter is. A chain MG. Okay. Shrapnel cannon sounds really cool. Squirrelope? I'm getting distracted here. Let's go for like a shotgun, like a regular old pump shotgun. A railgun. I mean, the armor penetration on that would be insane, right? 1,600 points, so that's why we can only afford 3 of them. Okay, pump shotgun and naked. Unless we've got like a jumpsuit or something. What have you got? You got like a jumpsuit? Hey, you got a jumpsuit? Nothing. Animal. Infected aerofleet. Iron husk beetle. No, you're alright. That's fine. That's more than okay. What else we got here? Oh, we can send robots. Oh, that seems only appropriate. I mean, I feel like I have to do that. Now, they are more expensive than humans, but that's a trade-off. You know, we've got to send robots. We're RoboDaddy. I'm going to call you Shotgun Bot. Wait, Bot Gun. Shot Bot. That sounds terrible. And then we'll also make a new unit, and we'll call you... Oh, you have robots with EMPs? It sounds fairly dangerous in hindsight. Military level 4 that gives us a point cost of... A point cap, I should say, of 8,500. So I called the other one Amp Droid, which I'm really happy with, given that he has an EMP launcher. Why don't we go... 1 amp droid and then fill the rest of it. Let's set point reference to this one here, just as a reminder. There we are. That's all we can afford. Well, shit. Hang on, we could get one more, right? 130? No, not quite. Bollocks. Yeah, that's fine. So we can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shot bots and then 1... Oh, that also says shot... Oh, right, amp droid. Right. So we got 1 amp droid there as well. Fine, that'll do. Set squad. There you go. And then deploy. Send them in. This might end up just getting us horribly killed, depending on what pops out of that psychic ship. It's not going to be too different. Oh, fuck. Where the hell did they all end up? Oh, did I put them in, like, a location that's invalid? I mean, also, where are they, though? Hello? I feel like that didn't quite work as intended, huh? Can I get a refund on that one? Fuck. Maybe they're not supported by... I guess that's not supported by the Empire mod then. Fuck. Okay. Well, that's what you get for trying to be cute with it, you moron. Fine. More humans. Big old stinky humans without even robot parts. Stupid. If you'll excuse me, I'd like to try that again, because otherwise it goes on a 5-day cooldown that we can't do anything. So I've just got boring old crappy humans. We are allowed, obviously, more of them, because they're not quite as expensive as robots here. Okay, take 2. Let's try that again. Oh, that looks better. Get them, boys. Yes. Okay, get in there. I think the menu might be slightly broken. I might have to do a reload here. Shoot the ship. Shoot the ship, though. Hello? Please shoot the ship. Well, that worked perfectly. I mean, that's incredible. Thank you. You've really saved my life there. Shit. Build it faster, you weird man. Go, 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 go. Okay. The Tomahawk camels. That's pirates. Okay, that's pirates. That's a lot of pirates. What the hell is wrong with her? Is that lady pregnant? Are you alright? Gear? Explosive sack. I mean, that's not too far from what I suggested. The organic sack is filled with an unstable chemical that will explode on contact. Or is that just part of her? That's absolutely disgusting. What the fuck is wrong with you people? They've got axes, clubs, and explosive sacks. Is this wall finished? I mean, it's not too bad. It is going to corral the enemies. Right, so they're forced to come up through here, and then round this wall, and then basically right into our turret line. I need to remove some of this crap up here and cut down some of these trees. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I was kind of hoping we could, oh, shit. Feels more disturbed, terrified, and paranoid. What is that now? High? I think we are just going to have to wait for the auto mortar on that one, aren't we? I don't think we have much of a fucking choice there, unfortunately. Well, let's see how our turrets do. Good luck. We're going to... Goddamn idiot, I think. I might actually bring the sentry turret up to, like, there, just to also help lay down a bit more firepower. This might be a bit risky, actually. You guys recall all... Look at our fucking animals. We've got a horse, a polar bear, and a thrombo wolf. That's incredible. And their good friend, the wild mushroom man. Is it just default that raiders will try and actively avoid turrets these days? Because they're very good at doing exactly that. Melee attacking wall lamp. Oh, that one there. That's the only problem with those wall lamps, I guess. So they do make a little bit of a target on themselves. Right, Boris. Let's see what you've got, my friend. Okay, get out of there. Robo Daddy, run and hide. Let's just get him indoors and hide. And to be fair, if we can get him in here, we could repair that lamp just about as fast as they can smash the fucking thing. Boris is down. Incredible play from Boris there. Killed in his prime. Right, what are we looking at? Snibs? Come on, shoot Snibs. Is he out of range? Oh, shit. Yeah, that is a slight issue. What the hell is he using that can hit us from that distance? Bow action rifle. Really? They've got that much range to them. Holy shit. What's he doing? Igniting my bamboo. You absolute monster. Emily got bored and decided to blow up, but she did throw one of those. Does that mean that that's just like a weapon that you can hang on to? That's fucking crazy. It's like grenades, basically. Wow, I thought it'd be a one-off thing, but no, that did a fucking hefty amount of damage too. Look at that. She hits it once, and it's like, oh, shit. Wow. Oh, holy shit, it actually survived it. Right, so besides that guy who's just going absolutely butt wild on my damn bamboo, we should be fine here. There we go. Drop a thrombo horn. Oh, that's an elephant tusk. Damn it, I thought it was more impressive than it actually was. We didn't lose any turrets. We almost. That was incredibly lucky that guy actually survived it there. But the embrasures were a game changer there. That really did, I think, keep that turret going. Nice work. Welcome, Shen. Join us. This is the only bedroom we got left, right? So we might as well put a nice friend in there. I think we'll just give you a regular old Dr. Kex. By the time we've... Oh, I was going to try and capture the other one as well, the other survivor, but oh, she's already bled out, so I guess that was irrelevant. Okay, Robo Daddy, let's get you tending to him as soon as possible. Just get another person working. Oh, they actually got a component from the quarry. My God, the stars have aligned. I think that's our first one we've seen so far. I don't know how we're supposed to keep up with this, to be honest with you. I mean, this settlement's fucking doomed. The attacking power is 6. I mean, our military level is 4. So we're probably going to lose a building there, and we'll lose some military level as a result of that. Genuinely, these settlements, I swear the mods been made harder. Because we are just getting our ass handed to us by these raiders. So the kitchen bots are actually not insignificant in terms of research. So those would be the things that can actually keep these damn fields plants and stop our wind turbines going off. We could start laying down some extra stuff. Devil Strand, that type of thing. To be honest, I might even go for a little bit of agriculture just so we can unlock some extra plants. So finish off the Hauling bots. I feel like that's pretty relevant. And then we'll let them go for mortars so that we can actually get a bit more defense against psychic ships. Then agriculture so we can keep some food going. But that's not too bad overall. The question is then, do we want to go into automation? No. Then I think we should probably go into deep drilling, right? Just so we can bring in a few more resources a bit more consistently. Because right now it's just whatever they happen to dredge up in the quarry, and the majority of the shit they're digging up from the quarry, like the aluminium and the copper, we can't even use yet. So let's go for regular old deep drilling. Where is that? Get that down as soon as possible. Now, the way it used to work with the industrialization one is you'd have to buy a core drill from one of the traders, from like a mining trader or something like that. So you just really have to get lucky. I don't know if they've changed that to incorporate it into the new deep drilling system, because this is before deep drilling was even added to the game. If not, we might have to rely on the base game deep drilling, and hopefully the robots can interact with that. The other alternative, if that doesn't work, is with the blast furnace, we can make 2 simple machine frames. With the simple machine frames, we can craft ourselves an auto miner. But apparently that just produces a random resource once every 8 hours. So that sounds like it could be a worse situation than the quarry, to be honest with you. Obviously, we can build as many of those as we fucking like, unlike the prisoners that are just prisoners. Downside to the deep drills, though, is we do run the risk of infestation with all of them as well, even with the Rim Factory drills. So if we're going to do that, we probably want to build a mining facility, put a few turrets in there as well, or maybe build a mining facility and super cool it down to like -50. Because I wonder if the infestation chance, because as we found out in previous series, like the infestation chance of -17 is basically completely removed. You can't get insect spawn at that point. But I imagine the deep drilling event is different to the sort of passive infestation spawning in. I'd have to look that up, see if there's a way to stop it. Otherwise, we could just fill a room full of miners and turrets and hope that when the insects spawn in, there's something we can do with that. Or flamethrowers. Yes. Okay. We fill a room with flamethrowers and mining bots, and that way, if the insects come up, we just torch the entire fucking place and rebuild it. So the psychic mod then starts with this one here, Athenium. I assume that is Athenium reclamation. Now apparently that allows us to turn. Oh shit! Oh, that's not us. Who is? Oh, Barkakar. I thought they were talking about the guy in here who was Barga. Ah, my bad. Depressive. What's wrong with you? You've got a job. You've got employment. You've got your own bedroom. You've got a bed. That's more than I've got. You can't complain. Anyway, we need these things called artifacts to break down. I believe it's at the machining table or something like that. Obviously, we need the research first. But you can break down artifacts, and that allows you to produce this Athenium, which you can make into... I assume it's kind of the equivalent of the psychic amplifiers from the base game or from royalty. So we'll see how that works, but I have no idea how we actually come across the artifacts. You might have to buy them or something like that. 2 of your colonists have gotten sick from muscle parasites. Was nobody I really give a shit about? Oh, wow, we actually won? Huh. So I guess that's probably a combination of having, if we go to our settlement then, we've got the mercenary thing, which gives us, oh, is it the mercenary band, or? One of them gave them, like, military combat effectiveness, did it not? Oh, I guess not. What we do have, though, is we did enact a policy that allows our militaries to fight a little bit harder. So if I go to the policies tab, I've enacted right now, one people united, society united under a common cause, so the strongest, blah, 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 blah. 1+1 military level on settlements is like -10 resettlement cost or something like that. 50% happiness gain, obviously pretty good. Military policy, I mean, it did pop up, I don't know if you noticed earlier, saying that, mercenaries, there it is. 25% combat efficiency. So I guess that made all the difference. Wonder how that works. Does that apply another... Maybe it just straight up applies another 25% to our military level. Because obviously if that's the case, well, that would only take it up to 5. Maybe we just got fucking lucky, I don't know. Ah, shit. 99% infection, 93% immunity. I mean, we tended him the second we could stop him bleeding to death. Dead as dicks. That's a shame. It's another person down. Whatever. Get him out. Oh, Hall and Bot 5's already on it. Ah. What's the driven mad this time? Oh, no. Our 3rd generation mouse. Be careful. I'm sure we'll be... I'm sure we don't need to really go into lockdown to try and stop that one. Let's go let the animals roam free as well. Been locked up for a few days, and I feel like... Obviously, they need the highest medical care. What's wrong with you? We'll let the animals free. I don't believe we can actually tame them, though, can we? I don't think we have the skill for that. What have we got? Handling. Garbage. 0 out of 20. Incredible. That all of the... Right, so that's all the actual basic robotics research done. Now, again, we might have unlocked tier 2 through 5, but we actually can't build any of these for a very, very long time. We've got... I've kind of queued up one of each of the robot types as well. Another hauler. Maybe a few haulers wouldn't hurt there. Another crafter, definitely, now that we can actually craft... more robots. That will come in kind of handy. Kitchen bots, like I said, they're going to be the real game changers. They're going to keep these wind turbines clear because they're clearly not doing a decent job of that right now. Looking through our storage here, and it's just all weapons. It's so many fucking weapons. Let's put down a... I mean, ideally, an electric arc furnace would be better, but they have such a massive power usage. Let's go for electric smelter. We're still out of components again. Good God. Okay, let's get you making some components quickly. We'll get the electric smelter down as soon as possible, and we'll just break all these. We'll just say do... What do you think? Every weapon, just smelt it all down. Because the raw resource is going to be way more useful than any weapon. Sure, we could sell it. But, I mean, if we're selling them, we're probably only going to exchange it for steel and shit anyway, right? Oh, and he got mortars done. Hey, okay. Is that all the prerequisites for auto mortars? Yes. 15 fucking components, my god. And that's minimum range, right? So we want to probably stick that... I want to put it somewhere a bit more defended. I guess we could put it, like, back here. Raiders are going to struggle to get over there. And hopefully we can manually operate it, but, like, remotely. Like, we, the player, can set force targets and things. Hopefully that'll be all it takes. And once we've woken it up, we can call in the reinforcements on top of it. And hopefully that'll be enough to tidy this up. Because right now we are on extreme. Like we can't get any worse than this. His mood is always pretty shitty. Not within mental break territory, because he's just sitting in an office all day and eating fine meals, which is a mood, to be honest. It's just my every fucking day. Oh, nice. Deep drilling. Okay. So today has very much been an episode of just getting everything set up. You know, the security set up, the... robots all into place so we can build as many fucking robots as we feel like now and try and automate that process a little bit. Now we might, in theory, have our resources dealt with. So the deep mine, what is that? That's from industrialization. You can mine several different kinds of resources from a deep mine, but it can only be built on a mining hole. Order a plasma drilling. Order a plasma, thank you. From a sky driller, it'll be a mining hole at a drilling spot. Okay, so we basically need to drop one of those and you can stick this on top and then you drill from that. We could probably get the robots to do it. Fine. Is there anything else that we can... Oh, shit. We're going to have to go, like, proper deep drilling them for the time being, aren't I? Christ. Have we got the resource finder? Is that a separate research? That's a separate research, isn't it? God damn it. What's it called? Like, resource. Pinging. That's it. Ground penetrating scanner. There we are. Let's get one of those. And then after that, we're set. Look. The robots can mine in the quarry? The prisoners have just been made redundant. These were men with the trade. Not anymore, they're not. I think we might just have to stick them in biogenerators and we can melt them down. I had no idea the robots could mine in a quarry. But, I mean, it makes sense. We've seen them mine at... Whoa, shit. Speaking of which. We've seen them mine at... What do you mean, dehydration? What? For prisoner use? They got fucking water? 8,000 liters of water. Yeah, I can see where you fucking died of thirst, you moron. Good. Die. Just die. I don't care. Good. You know what? That's his own fucking fault. He's got a sink right there. He's got a perfectly fine toilet he could be slurping deeply from. Oh, thank you all for watching. I'll finish off the deep drilling research, and then tomorrow we'll see if this auto mortar can deal with this goddamn psychic ship that's been a massive pain in our ass the entire episode. A little bit disappointed they didn't automatically shoot that thing down when we asked him to, but hey, you can't win them all, I guess. A big thank you goes out to Justin Wallace, Michael Mullen, Ben Hoffland, Jonah Waters, Crow Skull, Nikki Sticks, My Name is Indio, Distorted Triangle, Justin Rules, Skaz, Silkworm, Sweetie, Bacon Kitten, Tom Terry 18, Rage Dragon, and everyone else at the insane tier levels on Patreon for making this series of Rimworld possible in the first place. If any of you over at Patreon want to name a robot, name a settlement, or name a prisoner if you're feeling particularly masochistic today, let me know and I'll get you added onto the naming list. And if you want to specify what you want as well, that would be a great help. Thank you as well goes out to Blood for the Blood God, appropriately enough, Asaro, Bokbin, King Snitch Gaming, Udric Haddon, Anchor, Spirit085, Voodoo Mumbo, Mr. Awesome, Sam Kears, Don, Monty, Smooth Octopus, Swifty21, Noobmeister, and everyone else over at Patreon.